This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. And here we are, January the 9th, 2022. And folks, I have a return guest. And glad to get him on here again because I'll tell you, he was bunched up something awful.
What? Well, I hope I
Bound
get
up,
this interview right this time.
bound up something awful. Finally, he got out. I'll tell you, I'm not letting him in this apartment because I only have a little small washroom.
Mm, I will
Folks,
destroy that. I will destroy it.
you'll
You'll have to
destroy
move.
that. I love that line. I gotta try that anytime I go to somebody's house. Folks, we are. I love Secret Santa. I got it here on Blu-ray, and I've had Michelle Renee Allaire on here a couple times. Adam Marcus and Deborah Sullivan's been on here a couple times, and Tim Eilers, the composer's been on
Oh yeah.
here. Yep. I love this movie. You know, this is a lot of fun. And folks, I have Uncle Carter himself returning today.
Woo!
Yes, Curtis Fortier. How do you do,
Yes.
Curtis?
Good. I'm good. Thanks for having me back, Greg. Like I said, I hope I get it right this time, the interview. Thanks for having me back. So
Well, you got it right the first time. The
ah,
only reason the other one is not up yet
uh-huh.
publicly is because when the station went into lockdown in 2020, I'd done about 30 interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Nancy McLaughlin from Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, who had suggested I do Zoom. She said if she could do Zoom, I could do Zoom. My younger brother, always handled the
The technical aspect of it.
yeah, he would always make sure stuff went from the MP4 onto YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Or MP3 onto YouTube, whatever it may be. And unfortunately, like he's right now taking care of our folks who are both terminally ill. So right now I've got like 3 more from 2019 that are not up public yet, and all 30 of them from 2020. These ones here on Zoom, I'm able to translate to YouTube.
Okay.
So I've got a few people whose second interview is second interview has been up beforehand. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
no problem. Anyway,
So we can go over the same material then as the last interview.
sure, why not? The first one's eventually going to go up. Trust me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I did
This will be all new then.
I did play it at the station, so it's not like I don't have the interview. It's just a matter of getting it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Nice.
look at you with that very convincing Los Angeles background.
Isn't that? I'm actually in no, I'm in Los Angeles. I was gonna say I'm in Montana somewhere, but no, that's and it's not even nighttime here in LA. So it's
Yeah, it's approaching 3:30 in the afternoon here. Yeah.
I wanted to look important, so I put a LA skyline behind me. Looks like I'm in the hills.
Yeah. So tell me, in the run of especially around Christmas, how many times do you hear I've been bound up something awful?
A bunch. I tell you, anybody that has seen that movie, that's the line they quote to me anyway. I don't know if they quoted to anybody else, but that's the line they quote to me. So, which is, that's a great line. But like Uncle Carter, Adam, and Deb wrote tons of great lines for me. Like literally everything I have is kind of a punchline, or it's kind of a, him imparting information that he thinks is helpful and true to everybody else. And they're like, what is this nonsense? But he's like, no, he's completely convinced that that all the information that, about, like, he has a line about turkey poop. You can tell what kind of turkey you have by the type of poop it does, and if it's curly or if it's straight. And everybody's like, why are you telling us this? But he's like, no, this is appropriate Christmas talk, and I'm gonna share this with everybody, and everybody is probably will be thankful that I'm sharing this. So yeah, no, he's a great character. Yeah, Deb and Adam wrote, I mean, literally almost every line written for him is a punchline, or is some sort of, great character that I could just dive into. So it was a really fun part to play, especially for that line, for that one line when because like he's in the first scene. Excuse me, Uncle Carter's in the first scene. I mean, he's the first guy you see in the movie. The very first character you see in the movie is Uncle Carter, and then there's the opening sequence, and then it cuts to me and Drew, who plays my nephew, who gives an amazing performance. It cuts to us, and then you don't see Carter for a bunch. And his first introduction back in is the "Wow, I was bound up something fierce." That's his first kind of explosive introduction, if I can say that, back into the movie. So yeah, the whole thing works. I think it's amazing. So yeah.
Well, I was just looking on my phone here because I remember I sent Adam Marcus a voice message, and I forget now what I said. It just says on his response, "Loved an audio message," and then it says, "Uncle," I gave him an idea for a film. He says, "Loved Uncle Carter versus lesbian versus France." On it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. I have a minor in French too. So I actually worked when I was in college. I worked in France for 3 months. I worked in a town called Lille, which is in the north of France. I worked in a supermarket, which is great. So
Yeah,
I'm ready to go. I have a built-in audience in France. So if you want to write that movie, boom, Uncle Carter is ready to go.
Uncle Carter versus lesbians versus France.
Awesome. Yeah. And in that movie, everybody wins.
Everybody wins except for the washrooms.
No, yeah, they lose, but the lesbians, Uncle Carter, and France, they all win. No losers in that movie, except the washroom.
Yeah,
But is that what you call it in Canada? Washroom? Because we call it a bathroom.
I call it washroom. We do call them
Okay.
bathrooms.
Okay.
Bathrooms, washrooms, restrooms. Although
Restrooms.
I've never rested in them before, but some people at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning when they get in for the pub, they might rest in them.
They might just take a nap right on the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I love this movie. I watched it over Christmas, and I think for Adam Marcus, I think this is better than Jason Goes to Hell. I've been encouraging more people to watch this movie. I showed this to my brother Andrew, who does up my YouTube videos and stuff, and
Okay.
he loved it.
Yeah, it's a fun. You said it right. It's a fun movie. It's a quick paced movie, so there's really no dead time, and it's one thing to the next. Every character is interesting, every character is fun, every character you can, whether you like them or not, you can really grab onto who they are, and something happens in every scene to and you're like, what's going to happen next? You're constantly asking yourself what's going to happen next, and I really think that's kind of the specialness of the movie. It's quick paced, and all the characters, and even every actor in there is amazing. I mean, the guy that plays Ty, he's it's funny that he's one of the stars of the Hallmark Channel's Christmas movies. And he's the lead in this, and I don't want to give anything away, but I mean, everybody in this movie is kind of a son of a bitch. So, so the way he is in this movie, and then the way he is in all those Hallmark movies, I think it's just hysterical. It's hysterical. People say, "Oh, yeah, we saw him in that Hallmark movie." I go, "Yeah, you should see the movie I was in with him." Oh yeah, oh yeah. We were at the premiere in Los Angeles, and I was sitting next to him, and his wife was next to us too, and she couldn't again, I don't want to spoil it, but she couldn't watch his death scene because it was it was pretty graphic. But she's like, I can't watch that. So that's how real it is. So I mean, that's how real the special effects are and everything that's kind of in your face with it. So it's I think it's a great film. I mean, you really can't go wrong watching it, especially
Yeah.
over the holidays.
Yeah, Michael Rady. I'm not a big fan of Hallmark movies, I'll be frank. They all look the friggin' same.
They do, and I think that's what they want. I mean, that's the point. That's I mean, because like my mom and my aunts love them, and that's what they like. You can make Christmas dinner, you can cook, you can clean. I'm not saying that's, you can do something else and have those movies on. Not to slight those movies, but they're light and they're happy and all that kind of stuff. And you can have them on while you're celebrating Christmas, and you can pay attention to it and pay attention to your family, or clean or wrap presents or whatever you're doing over the holidays. I think they designed them that way. I've never worked one, I've never talked to anybody there, but I kind of think that that's the point, which is a genre, which is, some people love that, and if you want a lot of your Michael Rady doing that, then then definitely go to the Hallmark Channel. But if you want Michael Rady, being a jackass lawyer, then Secret Santa's your movie.
I kind of like the fact that Adam Marcus used his brother Kip's head from Jason Goes to Hell.
yes, that's a little Easter egg there for the fans. Because there's a scene where and again, I don't know how much I can spoil the movie for. I mean, I'm assuming there's people that haven't seen it. I want to encourage people to see it.
Yeah,
it's on the Amazon Prime. It's on the iTunes. You can go to secretsanta.com and get all sorts of DVDs and Blu-rays, and lots of merch is still available. I think you can even get autographed DVDs and CDs and posters and all that stuff is all still available. I'm sure if you contacted our good friend Greg here, I would, and you have a DVD that's not autographed. If you contacted Greg and to contact me, I would sign it. If you mailed it to me, I'd mail it right back. Happy to do that. So
there you go.
So, but I can't remember. Sorry, I just started rambling. I don't remember your question. So, so you asked me something, and I just started blah blah blah. Oh, the head. Yeah, Adams. Yeah, there we go. I don't know how much I should spoil, but in the movie, at one point, somebody's head gets severed. We'll just say that. I won't say who. It's not me, but I won't say who. But somebody's head gets severed, and the head in the movie was Adam Marcus's brother Kip's mold of his head from one of the Friday the 13th movies, Jason Goes to Hell, that Adam directed. I believe he wrote it. I'd have to.
Yep.
He wrote it too. Yeah. Yep. So. Yeah, so if you've watched both movies and you look at Secret Santa very closely, you'll be able to see Kip's head from 20 years ago or 30 years ago, whenever that movie was made.
Jason Goes to Hell would have been so much better had Uncle Carter been in it.
I think so. Yeah, I would have loved to have a scene with Wilma Deering with Aaron Gray. You got to be kidding me. That would have so made my nerd fantasy right there to be in a scene with Aaron Gray.
There you go. And I wish you could have had Michelle Allaire in it as well. There you go.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She is absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
I've had her on her a couple times. I think she is stunning.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And just a phenomenal person and a great actress, and always happy to work with her and love working with her. Really, a true professional, true pro. So, I mean, that's why Adam does a lot of stuff. That's why he casts her a lot, because she shows up, does the job, and she's great. So,
yeah, she was the star of the movie.
No, she was the star. Absolutely. Yeah. No. She was most certainly. I mean, Adam says that the show has 12 or 14 leads because everybody in that family most certainly has their moment, and
Yeah,
it's
but
truly an ensemble cast.
you're missing the quotation. She's the
Oh,
star.
there's a scene. Well, that means that then Nate Hedrick is a star too. So
Yeah, but I mean, you're missing the what I'm talking about when I say star.
I guess are we talking about the one scene in the bedroom?
No,
Oh no!
we're talking about the top of the Christmas tree.
The top of the Christmas tree. Oh,
Holy
sorry,
cow!
sorry.
How Jeepers? Why is it I know this film more better than you?
Well, sorry. I know. I know. I've seen it enough. Sorry. I was thinking. Again, I don't want to spoil the movie, but I thought you were saying she's a star because of her and the scene Nate Hedrick did. But that's
Oh
right.
my goodness, get your mind out of the gutter, Uncle Carter.
It's the whole movie is people in the gutter. Anyway, no, that's right. She does have that's right. The star on the top of the tree. Yes. Now I see where you're coming from. Now
Yeah,
I see where you're coming from.
and unfortunately, we just lost John Gilbert not
John
too long
Gilbert.
ago.
Yeah, we did. We did. Who yeah, it's we miss him, and he was amazing in that film. Just such a great guy, such a great talent. I did a lot of showcase scenes with him back back in the day, and he's just so much fun to work with and such a pro. And he even let me. I have a web series that has distribution that we're just waiting for a platform to pick it up. But the final episode we shot at his place in Seal Beach, California. So he was kind enough to let me use that at literally at 5:30 in the morning because we needed to do it early. But yeah, he's been yeah, he was a great guy. He really was, and he was fun because when we shot up in Big Bear, him and I drove together. He was with me, so I drove him up and I drove him back. So we spent a couple hours about 3 hours. No, I take that back. Driving up, I drove up with a Leslie. That was fun, and it was like this huge snowstorm hit. I'm sure Adam's told you the story. But
Yeah.
we're supposed to start filming at noon or something like that. And by 6 p.m. nobody was there because they had no power because this huge snowstorm hit to where you had to have chains and just like everybody's coming from LA. Nobody's prepped for that. I mean, I'm from Michigan and I know how dangerous and how slow it is and that you have to allow yourself quite a bit of time. But it was but people just aren't in California aren't ready to drive in that. And it was a serious snowstorm. And there's only one road in and out of for the most part, in and out of Big Bear. So everybody, all the cast and crew, all the equipment was pretty much on that one road. And we didn't, nobody showed up till 6 p.m. And I remember Michael Rady had a meeting at Paramount or something at 3 p.m. So he didn't get up there, I think, until even the next day. So it was just such this huge snowstorm so we didn't so we started late, but I drove up there with a Leslie, and then when I drove back it was me and John, so I got to spend a good 3 hours in the car with him, which was great.
Did you make a Leslie get out and push?
No. I didn't. No. No, in fact, we even paid because I had chains, and you could put the chain because at one point they have a checkpoint to where it's okay, if you're going to go further in, you have to have chains on, and you can put them on yourself, which I had never done before, or you can pay some guy $40 to put them on, and we happily paid the $40, happily. You mean us? Yeah. So we paid some guy. I mean, they're just guys standing along the road. I mean, it's got to be easy money for them. So we paid somebody $40. They put the chains on, and then we were, the only time I've ever used those chains. And then we were just on the road back, heading in. And it took us forever to get there. forever. We're running lines on the way up, making sure we both have our lines down. But yeah, that was that was kind of a harrowing. So then we get there and we're thinking we're the ones that are late. We're like, oh, everybody's there, they're on set, cameras rolling, and here we are rolling in at like 6-7 p.m. We're like, we're one of the first people there, and we're like, oh, okay, well, good. Whew, we're gonna go take a nap. So
Who was the last one? Michael Rady?
I think it was Michael. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Michael Rady. Yeah, because it was even a deal where he needed to bring a van that we needed to use, or that Adam wanted to shoot with. But the van was woefully inadequate in making that trek. So I think he ended up not bringing that van. I can't remember exactly how that worked, but I'm pretty sure he didn't drive the van. But yeah, no, he was because he was still in LA, because A. Leslie and I were halfway up the mountain when the snowstorm hit, or we were 2/3 of the way there, and then the snowstorm hit. He hadn't even left Los Angeles yet, so he hit. So we had at least made a large portion of the trek in good weather. The second he got above 2,000 feet, boom, he was in the middle of a big snowstorm. So it took him forever. Yeah, he was most certainly the last one there, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
But in the movie, you show up there with Drew Lynch.
Drew Lynch, yeah, who's amazing. Who is so much. I mean, he's amazing in the film. His performance in the film. Whenever we show it at film festivals, his performance gets an applause break after he loses it in the middle. All the time, everybody applauds. In fact, if you want, he has his own YouTube channel, and I appeared in one of the videos he did. And it's another it's a Thanksgiving video. It's a holiday video. It's a Thanksgiving video. And it's about, now I got to look and get the title. If you search it, let's see if it's called, it's about, he comes home and, I can't think of it. Yeah. I guess it's not up on my, anyway, it's about, he comes home and his girlfriend is a lamp, and he's like, this is natural. And we're all like, this is nuts. He needs help. But by the end of it, everybody kind of, he ends up breaking up with the lamp, not to spoil it, but it's a short video. He's in I play his dad in that episode. Mona Lee Wild is in it, who's another good friend of ours. She was in it, so she plays his mom, my wife. But yeah, you can Google that and find it on Drew's channel. I can't think of the name of it, but it has to do with a lamp. I'm sure if you Google, I guess I can find it. Drew Lynch and Curtis Fortier lamp. There we go. How does that? All right, I'll have to look at it later. But anyway, but there's a video with him and I in it where I play his dad. But yeah, the first scene in the movie, the first full scene in the movie is him and I. And it's weird. Those scenes, and again, stop me if you've gone over this. I'm just relating all kind of Easter eggs and fun facts. I'm sure you've gone over this with Adam and Deb. But all those car scenes in the beginning of the movie, those were shot in El Segundo. Those were not shot up in Big Bear. Those were shot in El Segundo. So
yeah, I like the one with Nate and Michelle.
Yeah, no, again, those two are great together. Those two are, and they're both really good talents, and they both trust each other, so they could totally, they could totally do that. So it's yep.
You just see her ass bumping up in the air.
Oh yeah. Again, that's but it's a horror movie, so that's what people want to see. Yeah.
Getting away from Secret Santa for a minute, how was your Christmas?
It was good. Yeah, it was. I was home. Yeah, in fact, here I'll even do this. There we go. There's I don't know if you can see that, but there you
go,
Drew, and then there's me.
Yeah, there you go.
Looking all blurry, probably the same glasses.
There you go.
Anyway, so all right, we will go back to Los Angeles here. Anyway, my Christmas was good. It was I spent it back in I spent it in Michigan with my dad. We lost my mom back in May, which was tough, but it was all my family's there. I have two younger brothers and one younger sister. I have six nieces and one nephew, and there was lots of and they're all varying in range. Of my oldest niece Emily is in veterinarian school at Michigan State. I think she's 19, and then the youngest is Mitchell, the nephew, who's probably 12, who's just into superheroes and Black Panther and Captain America and baseball cards and all that kind of stuff. So it was fun to have all that activity and people running around the house. So that was kind of nice. Flying home was crazy because you have to wear the big old mask. But once I was there, it was a lot of fun. I played we were talking right before we came on about Dungeons and Dragons. I played Dungeons and Dragons with my nieces who love to play. I played it twice when I was home, so they all love to play. So that was fun. But
What do
yeah.
they think of Secret Santa?
I can imagine none of them have seen it. My sister has seen it. My sister actually came to when we showed it in Chicago. She came and saw it. So my sister has seen it. And my sister loves it. My dad, it was weird. My dad, when it was on Amazon, my dad is trying to figure out the Roku or whatever the heck, on the the Fire Stick or whatever. Because he's got the digital stuff. He can tape, he loves boxing. He can tape all the boxing he wants. He knows how to do that. But like to get over to Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and all that kind of stuff, that's a little bit beyond his capability. So my niece Gracie was there showing him how to do that. And I'm like, go to Secret Santa because my name is listed in the credits there. And I wanted to show, no, I'm in you can see my name on Amazon Prime, which is a big deal. And he just was completely lost on him. I'm like, all right. Well, it's my name. It's right on the television. It's the big screen TV. You have my name is right there. He's like, I'm gonna get a beer. I'm like, okay, that's fantastic. So yeah.
So did your everybody in your family use the line that you're bound up something fierce?
No, that's just again. I think just my sister knows it because I think Kevin's seen it. I think Ryan and Jamie have seen it. My other brother and his sister-in-law, they've seen it, but just the once. I don't think they've seen it enough to quote it. They keep calling me Curtis Fortier, the actor. They keep adding the actor afterward, like they have to remind people. You don't have to remind people that I'm an actor. If you've seen me in things where I've acted in, you probably don't need to remind them of that. They're like, no, we've seen the stuff that you've been in. We need to remind people you're an actor. I'm like, okay, fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
So,
So what did you get for Christmas?
it's weird going back to Michigan. It's a lot of gift cards because people don't, give me stuff to anything I get. I have to transport back. So, so I got some clothes. I got a really cool tie, not this one. Amazon gift cards. One gift I gave to myself for Christmas, because I swim. I'm a swimmer. They have these new goggles, which are made in Canada, where like there's a heads up counter screen in the actual goggle. So I ordered that from Canada, and that's been because normally you have to follow. I mean, if you swim at all, you have to follow the pace clock. Because I swam in high school and college, and even in grade school, and you have to follow the pace clock. And some pools don't have a pace clock, then you're just because like runners, you want to run, a quarter mile every minute or 2 minutes or what, I don't know what the interval is for running, but it's the same thing with swimming. But if there's no pace clock, you don't have that. But this has a heads up pace clock. It tells you how many calories you burned. It tells you how far you've gone. It knows when you've stopped, and it knows to restart the clock when you do your next rep. It's amazing. It's really cool. So yeah, that was kind of the gift I gave to myself. So Did you have a good Christmas?
Well,
How was your Christmas?
Santa didn't find me. He found my cat.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was better behaved than my cat.
Huh? How
Kitty's
many
over
cats do you
there,
have? Just
just
one?
one. He's just sitting over there ignoring me now. He knows when he gets over here when I'm doing my interviews, I'm gonna stick him up in front, and he's ignoring me.
Oh, and that's when he comes over right when you're doing your interviews, huh?
No, no, he avoids me when I'm doing my interviews because he knows I'm gonna stick him up on camera if he comes near.
Oh, wow, wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I've got some videos on my YouTube channel of my cat. Yeah, my cat's really impressed with that.
How old is your cat? Is it an old cat, young cat? Is it a kitten?
Um, no, he's a rescue, so I don't know how old he was when I
Oh,
got him,
okay,
but I mean, my mom had pictures of him back in 2011,
okay.
so I know he's over 10 years old for
All right.
sure.
I don't even know. I mean, cats live what, 18, 19? Is that so? He's at least he's middle aged.
Yeah, he's still active. Likes to jump up on my, like if I'm sleeping on my side,
Okay.
he will jump up on the bed and he'll get up on top of my hip and curl up on it,
Ah,
which is
wow.
really odd. I'm like, Kitty, I can't promise you I'm not gonna move. And if I'm
I don't
laying
think.
on and if I'm laying on my back, he'll get up on my stomach, but then he'll make his way down and lay on one of my legs,
Okay.
which is also very odd.
Huh. Yeah. I don't
Like,
think cats care. Cats don't care.
I
Cats will be like,
guess.
you're living in their world.
Yep. So you know, but I have one morning I woke up and I could feel this like this on my shoulder. It was my cat touching my shoulder with his paw.
Ah,
He wanted to come in under the covers.
wow. You wanted a spoon with you.
Well, he would come under the covers and he would curl up right by my waist
Sure.
and he would just sleep. And I'm sitting there thinking, can you breathe down there or whatever? And doesn't seem to bother him. So I mean, if he wants to curl up there, then I'm, what, fine.
Wow.
Just as long as he doesn't go down in between my knees and whatnot, because if I'm shifting around, I don't need the cat there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially, yeah, cat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But there used to be at the old house I was in. He'd go under there and he'd go right in between my shins, and it would be so awkward trying to sleep with the cat there
Okay.
because you move around to get comfortable during the night. I mean, a lot of times you do it not even consciously aware of it, but
Hmm.
yeah, but
Maybe you should get him like a companion, like a pal, and then they'll bother each other.
I don't want him bothering me. I will get him another one if I can afford it, but I'm just in this cubby apartment temporarily. See, the pandemic put a big damper and stuff because what was supposed to happen was my younger brother and his wife and myself were supposed to get ourselves either build or buy a house where
Okay.
they live upstairs and I live downstairs. And we're going to get solar panels put on the house and stuff to cut down stuff.
Perfect.
Problem is the pandemic hit and our parents' health, both of them, went down.
I've been there. Been
Yep.
there.
Now I still work. I work as a cleaner. I'm an essential worker through this
Okay.
whole mess. So I've stayed busy. Um, Mostly I work the back shift because, well, if you're gonna, people often say, how do you work at night and sleep during the day? Well, number one, if you're a cleaner, working during the day when everybody's around is difficult.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, yeah.
You try cleaning a washroom and getting people to stay the hell out of there while you're trying to clean. It's not fun,
No.
regardless what signs you put on the door. Um,
If people gotta go, they gotta go. And
Yeah.
I believe that was one of the essences that Adam Marcus wrote into Secret Santa with the Uncle Carter character. He's like,
Yep.
this is the theme. If there's one message of this movie, it's when you gotta go, you gotta go. I think that's the main message Adam and Deb were trying to convey in the
Yeah. And
movie.
it's funny because Michelle went to the wrong washroom.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ooh,
She went to
yeah.
that's right. She did. She went, but she was kind of, Ryan Lee Seaton kind of let her into that. She kind of got tricked.
Yep.
She got tricked.
But no, working as a cleaner at night, I like to listen to podcasts, so I'll stick a podcast in my ear and listen to that while I clean, and the night kind of just flows for me. And we just had a snowstorm very recently, and it's kind of nice coming back in the morning, go to Tim Hortons and get
Oh, I
myself
love Tim. Oh, yes. When I was doing stand up, I would do stand up sometimes in Canada, and you always hit the Tim Horton or the
Tim Hortons.
Tim
Yep.
Hortons. Oh, it was great. Do you have Waffle Houses in Canada?
I don't know. I've never been to one, but we got Tim Hortons all over the place. We got several right here in Fredericton, but I would go there in the morning and I would always get a steep tea,
Okay.
and I would go and I would park in the parking lot area there my apartment is, and I would turn my car off and I would drink my steep tea in my car.
Oh, I love it.
And then I would go in and I would get ready for bed. Everybody else is rushing out into the cold. I'm going to crawl under the covers with my cat. I'm going to sleep. There's something about that to me that's peaceful.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
So,
and you said you're in New Brunswick? Is
yep.
that where you said? So that's like I went to that's pretty far north. I mean, in Canada, right?
Well, I'm 4 hours ahead of you in Los Angeles in terms
Okay,
of the time zone. Yep.
but still, I went to college at Michigan Tech University in Houghton, Michigan, which is almost as far north as you can get in Michigan without hitting Lake Superior. It's about an hour south of Copper Harbor, which is the northern, but and that's pretty far north. And I remember seeing -50 on the bank temperature. It got cold. It would snow 300 inches, but you're still farther north than that.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I mean, it would snow like mid-October to May. I mean, that's how long winter was. So
We didn't have any snow in October here. Actually, we never really got any snow until like December, but we have had it in October and November. But this year it was December, and but I mean our summers are hot, like July and August and June are pretty
they're
pretty hot
humid,
here.
right? Is it? Yeah, yeah. That's the way it is in Michigan. It's so humid. Mosquitoes? Do you guys have a lot of mosquitoes there?
Yeah,
Huh.
not
Yeah.
in the wintertime though.
Oh yeah. No. But are you near the ocean? Are you near near the water where you live, or
uh, I don't know.
you don't know? Okay. All right.
I get up, I do go to work. I never think about stuff like that.
All right.
But I've lived here my whole life,
Okay.
and it wasn't until 2017 I got invited to my first con in Toronto.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Lisa Langlois from the movie Class of 1984 was on my show for a second time. She asked, we got talking about travel, and she asked what was stopping me, and
Uh-huh.
she invited me to assist her at Horrorama in Toronto, and I couldn't say no to that.
Were you on a panel? Were you like I
No,
mean you're
I just assisted her at her table.
oh perfect.
Yeah, and I've gone every year except for 2020 since. And I love it. I love Toronto. I mean, compared to Fredericton here, is Toronto is just gigantic,
Yeah.
and but Lisa's become a wonderful friend. I always connect with her when I go to Toronto, and I keep in touch with her on a weekly basis. So
Okay.
yeah, so and I've made other really nice connections there. I'm involved with Hearts of Darkness and Making the Final Friday with Adam and Deb, and
Yep.
you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I don't celebrate that movie the way I do Secret Santa, though.
That's yeah, no, he's yeah, Adam's got that kick. Well, I think the Kickstarter is over, but yeah, I definitely backed that. I mean, I helped him, I backed that, and they're almost. I mean, I mean, you guys almost done with it? It's pretty
I
close,
don't
isn't
know.
it?
I don't
Okay.
know. I know that the pandemic put a halt on it, but
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. But he only had like I thought 6 more interviews to do or something, and
yeah.
then he could edit the whole thing together. So I'm sure he's editing it himself. I'm sure him and Dev are doing that. But yeah,
I don't know. He do these things. I think Ale Rivera has charmed a lot of us into
yeah.
taking part. I like Ale.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I've never met her, so
Yeah,
I'm sure she's but everything I hear about her is fantastic, because she's like the associate or the assistant, or not, she's one of the
line
other
producers.
producers on
Yep.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
But I
yeah.
definitely like Deb. I call her the cackle queen.
Yes, she that is one of her superpowers, doing
Yeah.
that.
I love
Yep.
that shot in the movie, and Adam and Deborah both know this, where
Hmm.
she and is it Pat Destro?
Pat Destro. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Um, they are laughing in each other's face, and Deborah's mouth is just so wide.
Yep. Yep. No,
I,
that's yeah, I think every thing that Deb or that Adam and Deb write, they always want to put, Deb laughing, because that's one of the things she does well. This is, I don't know if you can see it. That's Pat Dester. I don't know if you can see that.
oh,
It's
there you
I
go.
tried to, I mean, I'm in the middle of it. You can just see her nose and her eyes, and then my chair. But that's Pat.
Yeah,
Um,
Pat was the sister. Pat
Pat,
was
yeah,
the
Pat.
one whose house you guys were staying in, wasn't it?
That is correct. Yeah, yeah. Pat was and then there's a small portion of the Secret Santa poster. I probably should have shrunk it. Anyway, yeah, no, Pat and her husband Bob, they have a place up in Big Bear. That Bob is actually, when they bought it, it was smaller, and Bob has since added on to it considerably and renovated it and everything. But that's where we shot it. We shot it I mean, in their house in Big Bear, and then people stayed in various rooms in the house, and then there were other rentals, like at the end of that road, that they rented, that the rest of the cast and crew stayed in. So it was, but some people stayed in the
Who
in the house.
who stayed in the house?
I think it was Adam and Deb. I think John Gilbert was in the house. I think Pat and Bob were in the house. Um,
Well,
Not many.
I should hope Pat and Bob were in the house. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want
it was their house. Yeah. Maybe Bob wasn't. You know what? I don't think Bob was there. I don't think Bob came until the end. I'll have to ask him next time I see him. But that looks dumb. I guess it's just Michael Rady's ass. That's all that is. That's all I can put up the poster. I didn't get a chance to shrink it. But so
to.
yeah, if you want to see Michael Rady's ass, it's in the poster. It's right there, and then you can watch him on the Hallmark Channel. No, yeah. So I think it was, yeah. I think Gilbert was there. And then cast and crew came later, and I think there were some extra places, extra beds where they would throw them. But I was across the way I was in the house where everybody gathered to eat. that I was in like the craft services house.
Of course
So
you were.
I stayed in because that's where the food was. That's the best place. Why would you not want to stay where the food is?
Who else was in there?
With me,
Yeah.
the producer was there, Brian Sexton.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. Who else? I think Ryan was there. Ryan Lee
Mm-hmm.
Seaton was there. Um, Nate was there. I'm pretty sure Nate was there. Melissa Corcoran Davis was there. She's a very talented actress in her own right, but she has a catering company that I think Adam hired. Not I think Adam did hire them to do the catering. She was there, and there may have been a couple more, but I can't think off the top of my head. I don't know where Michelle stayed. Michelle might have stayed in the same house as we did because each one was pretty large. Each one was pretty substantial, like as big as Pat and Bob's in their own right. But there was two other ones. There was the Pat and Bob's, the one I was in, and I think there was one other one. So, but it was freezing. It was really cold. Yeah, it was. I had to buy all new. I mean, I didn't have any winter wear out in Los Angeles. Obviously, all my winter wear is back in Michigan. So I had to buy all winter wear. And which I still have. But it's but it was very cold.
Did you see any big bears in Big Bear?
I saw no. I don't even know why they call it Big Bear. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's after the California flag, but I don't know why they. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know why they. I'll have to ask Pat why they call it Big Bear. But that's silly. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if let's see if another background here. Somebody else in the film. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here. I don't know if you can see this. There's a Leslie.
Hey, Leslie.
There we go. Yes, looking pissed.
She looks great when she's pissed.
Yes, she she just recently got married. So congratulations to Leslie. But yeah, no, it was I don't know where she stayed. I don't think she was in the same place we were. And she may have been in the main house. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know where Leslie stayed. I don't know. Everybody was all over. I mean, it was just it was big. It was big. It was like acting camp because all you had to do there was the movie because you couldn't even drive anywhere. Because I remember we had to park in town because there were only because you couldn't fit everybody's car in the area because there was snow everywhere and it was just there wasn't enough room. So a lot of us had to park in town. Then we had to move our cars at some point. So you really couldn't go anywhere because your car wasn't there. Everybody was snowed in. So it was literally wake up, eat, shoot the movie, go to bed. Wake up, eat, shoot the movie, go to bed. That's all it was. So it was like acting camp. It was like movie camp, which was great because you're completely immersed in everything about this particular film and this particular script. So that was so we were just literally eating, breathing the movie. So it was great. Yeah.
Well, I've had you on here twice, Adam on here twice, Deborah on here twice. Actually Adam and Deborah had on once together, and both
okay. Oh yeah.
Both once solo. I've had Michelle on here twice, and I've had Tim Eilers on here, the composer.
Tim's great. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm looking to get other people on here from the film because I would love to get as many people from this one. Definitely, I want to get this movie out there. I've been trying to get more people to look at it, because I've got a lot of favorite Christmas movie in terms of Christmas horror. I mean, I love the original Black Christmas, Christmas Evil, Silent Night, Deadly Night, even recently Better Watch Out. So this was part of my collection, and I love this movie, and everybody in this movie is terrific,
Oh, without question. Yeah. No. Everybody, even like I got to give a shout out to Petra. She played the I almost said Russian, the Swedish. She played the Swedish servant. Along with Eddie Eddie, and she's brilliant. I mean, Pippi is brilliant in anything she does, but just to watch her in that, and her and I hung out a lot on set. That was so much fun.
I loved watching
but
her
she's great.
I loved watching her in the vehicle do the whole music thing.
Oh yeah, no, she's got rhythm. Yeah, Pippi's got rhythm.
I was gonna bring her up because you and she were both in a music video together.
Oh my God, yes, yes. We were both. Yes, we were both in a music video. It was for T Hobbs. That's the name, and it was I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. Hang on, I can look it up here real quick. But yeah, no, that was an absolute blast to film. That was Eldo. Yeah, Thomas Hobbs, Eldo. That's the name of it. I wish I could get a screenshot from it, but
I gotta get Pat. I gotta get her on here. I would love to get her on here at some point.
Pippi or
Yeah.
Pat? Oh, either one of them would be great.
I haven't had either one. Like I said, I'm open to anybody from this movies. So.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sure Pippi would come on. I mean, let's see. I'm just trying to get a set up. Trying to get Pippi up here. I don't know if this is probably gonna be just her nose again. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, I got her nose a little bit. Yeah. So that's Pippi. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's yeah, what's the if you Google, I've been in a couple of music videos. Let's see. Let me see. Thomas. Sorry, I know this makes for great podcasting me on my computer here.
Yeah.
Eldo, that's how it goes. I'm just trying to find the link here. Yeah, it's called Thomas Hobbs Eldo. Yeah, it's got it's got tons of views. Yeah, Thomas Hobbs. Yeah, it was all shot in Los Angeles. And we played two. Thomas Hobbs, the rapper, was giving a concert, and her and I were the only people in the concert. So, and we showed up all in suit and ties, and we're all very buttoned up. And then by the end of the concert, we're like, throwing popcorn and having a good time. And, woo! Yeah. Yep, I was in another music video recently. We shot it during the pandemic. Chad Tepper. Chad Tepper is the name of the artist, and who was in a band called Cheat Codes was in it. And it's weird because I was home once, and I'm telling like my nieces and my cousins who are in their teens and 20s. I'm like, yeah, I was in a video with Chad Tepper with another band called Cheat Codes, and they're like, what? What? I go, yeah. I go, I guess they're famous. They're like, what do you mean? I guess they're famous? Of course they're famous. So they were completely floored that I was in this video with this band called Cheat Codes, and Chad Tepper, and I had no idea who they were. And they thought, I mean, I was obviously an old square at that point, but yeah, it's what's the name? Now I got to get to that video. Shoot, sorry, I should have all this stuff ready to go when I'm on. Let's see here. But yeah, I play a guy that fires him. I fire him in the bar. Yeah, crap.
Why would they fire you in a bar for?
No. I'm doing the firing. I'm the guy doing the firing. The firing.
Why? Because you're the only one that's allowed to destroy the washrooms?
Exactly. Loser. That's the name of it. It's Chad Tepper, Loser. So,
well, you're not a loser.
No, I'm not. I'm firing him. He's the loser because he's at the bar and he's like giving everybody free drinks and he's screwing around because he's a rapper. And I come out and I go, "You're fired. You're fired." And I get him. But yeah, it's got like 500,000 views. Chad Tepper, Loser. That's the name of the And Cheat Codes is in it. I guess Cheat Codes is I mean, I shouldn't say I guess. I sound like an idiot, but they're pretty big. But when I shot the video, I had no idea. And all my young nieces were like, that's amazing, Uncle Kurt. I didn't know you were in the band with Cheat Codes. Like, yeah, I've done a couple things. Yeah.
Why wasn't why wasn't Petra in there firing
Oh,
people?
it was a different director. So Petra was in something called Dog, and I was in something called Dogs in Me, where Pippi did the voice of one of the dogs.
I love that you call her Pippi. I love that.
Oh, yeah, everybody calls her Pippi. I like calling her Petra, but everybody knows her as Pippi.
I like to call her Pippi. I like that name for her. That's a cute name for her.
It is. No, she
looks like a Pippi.
She does look like a Pippi. She's actually one of the funniest people I know. She's really hysterical.
I don't doubt it after watching this. Like I said, I gotta get her on here at some point, have her come on here with the little Kleenexes stuck up her.
That's right. Oh my God, that was so funny. It was so funny. There's Michael Rady's ass again, right there. Michael Rady's ass.
So at least he brought a snow shovel so you guys could get shoveled out.
Exactly.
There you go.
I'm assuming that's Michael Rady's ass. That could be Uncle Carter's ass. I really don't know. I'm really not sure.
Too well dressed for Uncle Carter.
Yeah, you're right. Uncle Carter's just showing up in flannel pajamas. Yeah, no, that's Michael Rady. That's Michael Rady's ass right there. Can't go wrong with that. So it's you don't see his ass in the film, so don't go run out and say, "Oh, this Hallmark guy, we're gonna see him do a naked scene." No. Hallmark guy is not naked.
And Ryan Seaton got to reference two iconic horror films in there. One, she gets to do the Michael Myers setup at one point, and number two, she quotes a line from The Thing when she was one of the people.
Quotes a line from The Thing, absolutely, yeah. Yep.
Ryan Seaton, I love that opening scene with her in the Winnebago driving there, and her very response with the Christmas music in the background. She says this line just before the Tim Eiler's heavy music comes in there, and it's like it just perfectly sets up the tone of the movie.
No, and especially, and it also sets up her character, which I think is great. That she's just not having any of this nonsense. There's Ryan again. I don't know why I can't seem to do these pictures better. The fact that it's all I get is the middle portion, but that's Ryan. Yeah, no, it's she and she I mean Ryan's incredibly talented. But that scene with her, it's weird because not weird, but I'm sure it was set up this way. But like all the scenes leading up to that were actual scenes. They actually had, beginning, middles, and ends, and they were long scenes, and you got to know the characters, and the scene between Ty and A. Leslie, and the scene between me and Drew, and even the scene between Michelle and Nate Hedrick. All those scenes were like, they were all setup scenes. And then you get to Ryan, and it's not long at all. It's just her, and you hear the music, and you just hear the one line, and you're like, which is a great contrast to the previous scenes. But it's like once she says that, it's like, all right, now we're into the soup. Now we're into the meat and potatoes of the movie. So it's a great way to end that opening succession of scenes with her contrasting the previous ones that were actual, multi-page dialogue scenes. So yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, that's that was really cool. And then again, she has a great arc through the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm sure Adam wrote all those homages to those previous horror films, because I know he's a huge fan of The Thing. He's a huge fan of that.
Yep.
So yep.
You guys were like The Thing. You guys were trapped someplace. Didn't know who to trust.
Didn't know who to trust. Didn't know, what was going on. That kind of adds, that's great tension in a movie when you don't know who to trust, when the audience doesn't know who to trust. Because the characters, but then you introduce this other supernatural, it wasn't magic in our case, but this other extra natural thing into the mix. Now it's like, who do you trust? We like this character, but how is this item going to affect that character going forward, and who's taken it, who hasn't, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it really keeps you guessing and keeps you on your toes the whole time. So
And
yeah.
of course, Peppy was accompanied with Freddie John James and William
Freddie John James.
Dixon.
Yeah, yeah. Tracy Drolet is in there too. Will
Yeah.
Dixon and Tracy play the neighbors. So yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the neighbors in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, bummer for them.
Bummer for them. Yeah, but I understand Freddie John James was a stunt person in this as well.
He was, yeah, and he is. I mean, he's a stunt person. So I know he's worked on a bunch of films and TV shows as a stunt person, even as a stunt coordinator. So I know he does all Adam stuff. Anything Adam does where he needs a stunt guy, that's Freddie's the guy. So he really knows what he's doing. I mean, he's really talented as an actor in his own right, and then as a stunt guy, and that's really cool to have. It's really cool to have a stunt person that can actually act and is talented in that, because then so he's a double threat. I think he can dance too, which means he would be a triple threat. I'm pretty sure he can dance. I'm pretty sure he's Fred Astaire adjacent. So he may be a triple threat.
Well, you also are involved in a lot of shorts as well. You do
I do a lot of crap. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I shouldn't say crap. I do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I wouldn't say crap.
No. I'm being.
You take a crap and
I'm being facetious. I take crap in the movie. Yeah, no. There was something I did recently. It was called Moving Out. It was in the San Diego Film Festival. It was a great little piece about a woman, a girl woman coming out to her parents. And then there's a lot of other stuff I've had smaller parts in and larger parts in, but a lot of stuff has been in I just recently did a few years ago, but it's recently been in films, something called Man Drops Dead, which is basically Weekend at Bernie's, and I got to play Bernie, which is the part to play. In other words, I die right in the beginning of the movie, but then I'm still in the whole movie. A good friend of mine, Kay Engren, is in that, and that was recently at a couple of film festivals here in Los Angeles. So that was a lot of fun to be in. And I even have a web series which has distribution. We're just waiting for a platform to pick it up. It's called 12 Sided Die. So the whole season's been shot and it's edited. In fact, Adam is the supervising editor on it. But really, it was just the whole thing was kind of in various stages of editing. And at one point, he's like, "Bring all your stuff, come down to my studio, and we'll just work our way through it." And we worked our way through it one episode at a time. And that even took us like a year and a half, almost 2 years to do with both our schedules. But it's done. It's scored. It's I wrote it. I'm the lead. And it's been picked up for distribution. I'm just waiting to hear what platform it might have. It's been translated into like 6 different languages. So maybe it's on some platform in Czechoslovakia. I really don't know because I had it translated into Czech, but I just haven't heard where it is anywhere. So once I hear, I'll let you know, so you can put it on your website if you would.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a romantic comedy about a bunch of guys that play a Dungeons and Dragons type game. So
is Peppy in it?
Pippi is not in it. No, she is not in it. I don't think anybody from Secret Santa is in it. Ryan helped on it. She helped out behind the scenes. Will Dixon helped out a lot behind the scenes. So did Ryan. Yeah, nobody in Secret Santa is in it. Although everybody in Secret Santa knows everybody in 12 Sided Eye. We're all friends. But I don't think anybody.
You're part of Adam's skeleton crew, aren't you not?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And he's constantly has stuff going. He's constantly. I mean, it's LA. You have to have something going, something in the works. I mean, everybody has projects at different stages. Some projects are being written some projects are, being pitched and in the early stages. Some projects are in, pre-production, production, post-production. There's always, and Adam has stuff in every one of those categories. So which you have to do, once you write something and shoot it and you get it to the editor, now it's time to go back here and start at the beginning of the next one. So yeah, that's what you got to do.
Adam's got I'm still in touch with him, and he wants to do a follow-up to Secret Santa. Not necessarily a sequel, but he's going to do something called Fat Camp Massacre.
Oh,
And
yeah. He's talking about that. Yeah.
And Lindsay Hollister's, and I've had her on here a couple times. She was in a couple of Uwe Boll movies, and I think it's great that he's got Lindsay Hollister going to be in this, because she's extremely talented.
Mhm.
And this one's like, how did Adam describe that?
Fat Camp Massacre?
Yeah. He said it was something crossed with something. Now I can't remember what it was, but nonetheless, I'm looking forward to seeing him executing that.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, and that's he said that for a while. I know that's one of his top things that he wants to do, and he's been working with a lot of different people developing that. So yeah, that's something I think he's very excited about doing. So and obviously with the pandemic, kind of slowing everything down. But now that we're kind of starting to, we're 2.5 years down the road, I think he's things are starting to kick into gear again, and he's going to finish up the documentary too. And then that's one of the projects I think that are at the top of his list to jump on. So all the while he still supports Secret Santa, obviously. I mean, it's a cool movie because like every Christmas you can promote it.
Mm-hmm.
Every Christmas you can say, this, add this to your pantheon of Christmas movies you watch. Watch the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, watch It's a Wonderful Life, and Secret Santa. It should all be part of everything you watch every year, to get you into the Christmas spirit.
Oh, I definitely watched it. I got it here on Blu-ray, and I definitely watched this movie, and it's one of those yearly things for me now with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I've got 5 different people from this movie on here, and I've got to get more.
Sure.
So, yeah, I want to really put this out there. I think this was a fantastic movie. I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of laughs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I see a lot of junk at the theater, and it's like this should have been at the theaters. Like, I'm sorry, this should have played in the
No,
theater.
I agree that there's lots of I won't name names, but there's lots of big budget things recently that have been in theaters that have just, in my opinion, have just been crud. Something like Secret Santa. Obviously, I mean, it would definitely find its audience, and
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it wouldn't be a Raiders of the Lost Ark, but as far as it being in theaters for a few weeks, absolutely. And I think it was. You have to talk to Adam about this, but there's certain specific rules about being released in theaters, and I'm sure it falls under that category of technically being released in theater. But you have to talk to Adam. He would know more about that.
This one does for horror what Bad Santa did for comedies at Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I totally agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Without
absolutely
giving away names or anything, what would you say was the best kill in the movie?
It would have to be me. I'd say me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what? As far as I'm concerned, you went way too soon.
That's the comment I hear a lot, and I take that as being a compliment. I take that as being, that you always leave them wanting more. That's that's what you do in the entertainment business. So that I do not mind that comment. I want people to go, God, I wish we'd have seen more of him. I'm like, that's fantastic. So yep.
Talk about the effect when you get the fork in the neck.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Because we were running, we were rehearsing that. And if you remember the scene, let me see if I can find if there's a pic I can no, I can't find a pic off the top. There's a if you recall the movie, there's the long table where all of us are sitting at the table.
Yep.
And I'm kind of the first one that gets affected by the punch. So I lose it at John Gilbert. Like, hey, you're the patriarch of all these crazy, nutty, evil people. And he gets pissed at me and he stabs me with a fork. He gets pissed and he stabs me with a fork. So as we're running it, it's like the fourth or fifth or sixth day of shooting. We're well into it. It's 4 a.m. That one scene at that table took us, from what I remember, it took us like a day and a half. It took us like 18 hours to shoot, and we shot it all in order. So that's kind of the end of that scene. So it's 4 a.m. We've been at that table for, a day and a half, and everybody's exhausted, including John. So Adam is rehearsing how John will stab me with the fork, because the whole thing was a prosthetic. I mean, after he stabs it, then they cut to, and then it's a prosthetic. And there's kind of there's a it's, you don't see it actually go into my neck. So they're running it, and Adam is like, okay, John, all you got to do is, because I got the camera here, you're gonna have the thing here, just take the fork and place it on Curtis's neck. That's all you got to do. I'll put the sound effect. We'll put some digital in there. It'll look like you just jammed it into his neck, but just place it. So take the fork, and Adam is doing this. He's like, place it. And then he grabs John's hand. Just place it right here. Just place it right here. And John's like, okay. And then once Adam lets his hand go, John immediately takes the fork and stabs me right here. I'm like, what the, and I'm looking at the cast, and they're all looking at me like, oh shit, Curtis is really going to get stabbed with a fork. This is really going to happen. So, and I was like, no, you need to just touch it. And I'm just like, oh my God. So when we shot that scene, I had no idea what was going to happen. So once he did that, and then he's supposed to, and then I had a tube going up, and for the blood to spurt. And we only had one try at it because, we didn't have a bunch of clothes for me to constantly change into. The thing makes a mess. You got to reload it. I mean, it's a whole thing. So we did it once. Plus, it's freezing. Even though we were inside, it was still cold. It's 4 a.m. and it's blood. It's fake blood. So it's all water based. So we do that. I'm drenched. And Adam's like, we got to do it again. I'm like, what? Huh? There's no thing. He's like, I'll shoot it so that we can do it again. So we did it again, and I had to fall over a couch.
Mm-hmm.
So and then we did it again. And he's like, one more time. I'm like, so we did it again. But after all of that, we finally got it. But it was a deal where I was freezing the whole time because I was covered in blood. I never knew if John was going to actually stab me or just place the fork in my neck or jab me in the chest. But it was, I mean, and again, and Adam shot the whole thing in sequential order. So that was really the first effect. That was the first, big, practical effect that we did. So, it was kind of crazy on set that day, but once that was done, I took a shower, and I was kind of wrapped at that point. So it was kind of a cool, a cool ending for me, both, character and actor wise. But that's, but it was, they had to have that tube, go all the way up. And then there was they had it was, an explosive charge where, the guy was way the heck over there to, and it was, so it was, it was really tricky to do. I mean, and I but Robert Kurtzman, he was the special effects guy. So it was him and his team ready to blow the blood. So it all had to be timed right. So it was, yeah, it was a really fun thing to shoot. But yeah,
So
that
you
was
were
it.
the first one that got to go home, huh?
I was, yeah, yeah, and then I had to come back a couple days later because I my bloody corpse appears later on in the movie, so I had to come back for that. But yeah, I think
Just in the bedroom scene though, isn't it?
just in the bedroom scene, yeah, yeah, but it was still a pretty head-on shot. So
Hmm.
I left for a day or two and then came back, and then when I left finally, I think John Gilbert was wrapped at that point too. So they may have shot his stuff out of sequence a little bit just to kind of wrap him, because he didn't have much. He was one of the first people, if I remember correctly. He went. His character went soon after me, not right after me, but he went soon after me. So yeah, so by the time I got wrapped, he was wrapped. So that's when we drove back together. So
Okay.
yep, yep.
Wow. Yeah. So
But yeah, that
I
was
was
that
just
was a
trying to
fun
think.
sequence to shoot.
I was just trying to think who would have been the last one to leave. But I
Um,
guess they were all laying out there at the end.
they were all, yeah. I mean, it was weird because I was actually, because when I came back, I remember watching them film Ryan's fall from from the balcony.
Hmm.
I remember watching that being filmed, which is one of the last shots of the film. So other than the credit sequences, the post credit sequence, that they came back, I think, a couple of months later and shot. That was a whole different weekend. They went up there for a set with Scott Burkett, and the woman that plays Scott Burkett's wife, that's actually Michael Rady's wife in real life.
Okay.
And Joyce Greenleaf, and the kid in the movie is Michelle Renee Lair's kid.
Oh,
So yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's Jaden. That's Jaden in the back, and Joyce Greenleaf is in the back, and Joe Howard is in the back. And again, it's kind of a Michael Rady kind of thing, where Michael Rady is Mr. Hallmark, but yet he did this crazy graphic horror movie. Joe Howard used to be on. There was a show called MathNet, which was a take
okay.
on Dragnet, but it was like a Sesame Street show with cops, but for math. They would solve crimes using math, and it was all about. It was a total G-rated show about teaching kids math, and in the vein that Sesame Street and the Electric Company was. That and to this day, people, it was slightly after my time growing up, but people remember him from that. So, he was in this, Sesame Street esque thing, and now he's in, Secret Santa. So, so he was, he was in the back. So, he played Scott Burkett's father-in-law.
Did
So
you watch Secret Santa over Christmas?
I didn't watch it this Christmas. No, no, I
I
did.
did.
Well, look, I've seen that thing so many times at all these festivals, because they
No
show it at all these
excuse.
festivals.
No
Yeah,
excuse.
that's true.
No excuse.
I should have rented it on. Although I have paid for people to rent it on the Amazon Prime. They're like, "Oh, you're on Amazon." I go, "Yeah, I will send you the $6 for you to watch it." So I've had people watch it on Amazon Prime. So I'm too busy selling the movie to watch it right now.
I watched it. I'm loyal.
Well, we
I'm
all
loyal.
appreciate it. We all super duper appreciate it.
Yep. I am loyal to it. Yep.
And your cat watched it too.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Skittles. You got full. Skittles does not look impressed.
Oh, that's
Skittles.
that Skittles.
Yep.
Oh,
Skittles. That's Uncle Carter.
hello, Skittles. Again, thoroughly unimpressed.
Skittles, are you unimpressed?
He's like, "What is this?" Oh, he's cute. He's adorable. Is it a he or a she?
He.
He. Aw,
Skittles, you watched Secret Santa with me, didn't you?
he's like, yeah.
Skittles is like, I'm not answering any of these questions. You're using me for hits. You're
What?
exploiting me. You're
Yes.
exploiting me.
Well, I'm sure you'll get more hits having the cat on there than me, most certainly.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people love my kitty. They love my kitty. Yeah.
Aw, adorable.
Skittles says, I'm
So
not.
cute.
I am not. I am not adorable. Yeah, all I have to do is stick my finger out. He'll come over and rub against it. Oh, nope, not this time. He says, I can't believe you tricked me again. He's living here with free rent and free food. So
Oh, really?
yeah, he's not helping me pay the rent. Now
Well, then
he's back is to me right now. He's ignoring me. He
he needs
says,
to he needs to pull his weight.
that's right. Do you have any pets?
I don't. I'm actually kind of not kind of. I am. I'm allergic to like cats and dogs and stuff. So I don't have any. So growing up, I never had pets. I like sneeze. I have allergies, so I've never had a pet. I've never even. I mean, when I was a kid, we had goldfish every now and then, but
Get a
not for
snake.
not very long. Oh, a snake. No, it's
Get a turtle.
I can barely take care of me, let
Get
alone
an iguana.
some other creature that relies on me
You
paying
know what?
attention to it.
I'm lucky to take care of Skip. See, my cat
Uh-huh.
was one of several animals that came from one source,
Okay.
and my my brother and his wife took a couple ferrets off this person,
All right.
and my parents took an Australian Shepherd and the cat. Now, when my parents fell ill,
Uh-huh.
they kept the Australian Shepherd because they were very close to it. The cat at the time was an outdoor cat. They just when they moved into my grandparents' old house because there was less stairs.
Okay.
I was still in the old house until it got fixed up to be sold. And my father said that he's going to leave the cat with me so I wouldn't be lonely. But I think it was more or less I'm more a cat person.
Okay.
So then the cat became an inside cat because especially now when I'm in an apartment in the city, I don't want the cat outside, you know.
Right,
So
right, right.
yeah, so Skittles is stuck with me,
Uh,
and one of the benefits to owning a cat, if I go to Toronto for a week or 2 weeks, you know, my brother could stop by and they keeps him fed, and you know, dogs need constant attention. So
oh, yeah, you're right. Cats, you can leave. Yeah, yeah, you can leave. So,
yeah,
so
so
nice. Are you in the city or are you kind of in the suburbs or are
no,
you?
I'm in the city.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just in a small apartment here, and until we get our housing thing going, which I'm hoping we can do. Hoping pandemic really took a hit. You see, financially, I took a hit too because in 2020 I had to get a CPAP machine because I went from moderate to extreme sleep apnea.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
Geez.
and then I had to get a new car because the car I had stalled several times, and the last time it stalled was the straw that broke the camel's back because it was in the middle of a busy street. And I was
Oh
just
God.
lucky to get pulled over into a parking area. Um, so I had to get a new car, and that was the second day I got my second vaccination. Was I got my car, and I was like,
Okay.
good thing it didn't make me sick because there was just no stopping me, you know.
Right, right, right.
So I got a new Honda Civic, and well, it
Honda
was you.
Civics are great. Honda Civics are great.
Yeah. It's not, well, it was a 2017 car, but still, it had low kilometers on it. So,
Okay.
and it's worked out quite nicely. So, yeah. So hopefully that'll do me until I'm like 60, and because I'm like 6 months, less than 6 months away from being 50.
Wow. Well, once you hit 50, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to it. I hear all these people like, once you're 50, it's over. Not really. I didn't, Japers, I didn't start living until I started doing the cons. And I was what, 45 then or something like that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
have you ever done the cons before?
I've never no, I've never, sorry, there's a better picture of me and Drew.
Here you go.
Um I've never done the cons. I mean, nobody's invited me, obviously, but
I'd
that
love
still
to
doesn't.
see Adam Marcus do something with Secret Santa for a con.
Well, I mean, we've done film festivals, most certainly, but not any of the, and I mean, Adam's more of the con person, because he has a huge body of work that he can display there. I mean, Secret Santa has been at, there was a couple of cons it was at, but like as far as us being on a panel or anything like that, and I think they showed clips of the movie early on, but beyond that, I don't think he's brought it to. I mean, there was a Los Angeles Comic Con that they showed it at a number of years ago, but again, there was a conference room they showed it in, and there was a few people there, but not really a full event at a horror con. There's been horror film festivals that it's been a huge hit at, but yeah, I think this hat that I'm wearing,
Yeah.
I think that's from Adam's movie Snow Day. That's an Easter egg. That's from one of his older movies.
Why in the frig were you wearing his hat? You couldn't get yourself a hat.
No. That's what Adam gave me, and Adam gave it to me specifically because it was a hat. I think Kip wore it in one of his older movies, and I think that's what, much like Kip's head from later in the movie. That's
Oh, he
yeah,
tried
that's
hard to get Kip in this movie, didn't he?
I think so, but I think Kip was out of the country or something. I don't know the reason behind that, but let's see. I might have a couple more pics that hopefully, I don't know if they're gonna look good on the background. Yeah, here's a picture of us. I mean, you can see that.
Look at
That's
that.
Yeah, I gotta move my chair. But yeah, that's us
Yep.
filming the scene. You can
Yep.
see that's the light. There's Michael Rady right there.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Seaton right there.
Yeah.
Me, and that's our
John
good
Gilbert.
friend that we missed, John Gilbert. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
no, but you can see him. I'm kind of right next to him, and he has to stand up and stab me right in the neck. And then he had to just hang on to it as he walked me back to the couch where I fell over. So but yeah, that's us between takes. So you can see I mean, yeah, that's Pat Destro's place. Yeah, because you can see there's those doors there.
Uh-huh.
That those are glass sliding doors. So at 4 a.m, when you're covered in blood and water-based blood, it's not warm. It's actually, it was chilly. So yeah, but that's a great picture of John. So yeah, we're just between, you can see the coffee mug. We're all just kind of hanging in there. So
I gotta wonder how long it took them to clean that up. I know they covered the carpet up and stuff like that, but
they did. Yeah, they totally covered the carpet up. Yeah. In fact, here we go. Let me, I don't know if I can show this. This is probably, this is Bob Kurtzman. There's,
look at that.
yeah, there's there's Pat,
Yeah.
and I can't see it. There's Pat in the background, and that's
Tackle
Deb.
Queen.
Yeah, there you go. And that's Bob Kurtzman. That's Bob Kurtzman, and he's it's kind of a gross pic because but that's all fake. That's all. That's a plastic fork. That's it's me all bloodied up. So yeah. Yep.
You should
Little
have
behind the scenes.
should have lasted longer.
I absolutely.
Yes.
In fact, I think this. Yeah. There's your screenshot.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No, and again, he's I mean, John was one of the sweetest guys you could ever know. He was just very soft-spoken and well-mannered and just a light touch with everything. And in this movie, he really, he plays the head of a pharmaceutical company who's ruthless, and and he's a great actor, so that all completely comes across. So yeah.
So what's up in the future for you? What you
Yeah,
got
there we
coming
go.
up?
Yeah, there's Amazon Prime right there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's not. What do I have coming in the future? You know, I'm just trying to I'm working on the second season of my web series, 12
Hmm.
Sided Die. So I'm writing that right now, and just waiting for a platform to pick it up.
Hmm.
And a lot of the stuff I did pre-pandemic is now starting to come out and be in film festivals. So a lot of that stuff is happening right now. So I obviously, as an actor in Los Angeles, you're constantly auditioning for stuff. But right now I'm just as far as what I'm doing creatively is working on writing season 2 of the old web series. So yeah, that's it. So
How are you handling? Like, we got the jump on the pandemic here. Like, I'm hearing some places are back into lockdown. We're not there. Our theaters are still open and stuff. So, you know, um, I went to the movies last night, and of course I'm mostly working at night, so it's like
yeah, you're probably all by yourself at night.
yeah. So
Yeah.
what's it like where you are? Because I heard that California has kind of got hit hard again.
Yeah, no, we're still as locked down as we were, back in 2020. I mean, any public place you go into, a mask is, mandatory. You have to have a mask on. And there even some places are even checking your vaccination cards. If you want to go
Oh
into
yeah.
certain restaurant stuff, you have to show your vaccination card. And you have to show your ID. A lot, and it's weird. It's kind of loosey goosey. Some places are very, on top of it. Some places, I've walked into, you can smoke in there and they don't give a crap. So, it's kind of all over the map. Um, that a lot of businesses are still, I went to a restaurant the other day just to get some takeout, and that's all they did was takeout. Everything inside is still shut down. They have a tent outside that you drive up and you can pick up your food. So there's a lot of it in Los Angeles is still really, really shut down. When I landed in Los Angeles, flying back from Michigan, I had to fill out a electronic form stating that I understood the COVID quarantine rules. So but California is pretty. They're not messing around out here. So, but no, every time, I mean, supermarkets, most certainly everybody has to have a mask, and yeah, any business, any like, Home Depot and all that stuff. It's all, restaurants. They're all, you have to wear the mask, which is, I don't understand. If you go to a restaurant that is sit down service, you have to wear the mask to the table, but then you sit down, you can take the mask off because you're eating.
Yeah.
So
Makes no sense.
when you're sitting, the coronavirus can't get you, but when you're standing, but whatever. I mean, those are the rules, and that's but so restaurants are still open. A lot of them are, a lot of them aren't. And again, the rules are what each restaurant is enforcing is kind of all over the map. So
Kind of reminds me of the Bible and Revelations, where it talks about the mark of the beast.
yeah,
Yeah.
666.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember my Catholic school upbringing.
Yeah. You just know not to accept that mark. But a lot of people treating the vaccine that way too, and I'm kind of like, well, no, vaccine's a little different story. I did get it so I could travel to Toronto.
Right,
And when I
right.
was in Toronto, like I said, I went to a Halloween street party while I was there with Lisa, and we still had our mask on and stuff, but still, we weren't bothered.
Yeah. No, I've
Yeah.
known people that have had my brother and his wife, and their daughter had it, and my sister-in-law right now, she has it right now. It's, right. What they've experienced has been, kind of a serious flu.
Hmm.
And then I had another good friend of mine back in Michigan. She's a nurse and she works with COVID patients. She was in agony for 2 weeks, just agony. They had to take her to get some, get the monoclonal antibodies, because she qualified because she was a frontline worker and she had 105 fever for multiple days in a row. So, but she was just in absolute pain for 2 weeks. So it's all over the map. Like I said, my brother lost his sense of taste and smell. He's starting to get it back. My niece didn't really have it, severely. And then I've known people that have had it, it's where I've texted them in the morning to, hopefully they're going to text me back that they're still with us. So it's all over the map, which is I think part of the scary part, because it's like, if you get it, is it how severe is it going to be with each individual person? So I think that's that uncertainty of how if it affected everybody the same, we'd at least know we'd at least know a little bit more, but it affects everybody different. And that I think is, frightening.
Yeah.
So
I heard Uncle Carter just goes to the washroom with it, and then
that's all he does.
Virus free when he goes out, because the virus can't handle that.
Yes, but then when you walk in right after Uncle Carter has left, you do need to wear a mask, not because of any coronavirus, just so you don't, yeah, that's
You're never gonna outgrow that.
no, no. And again, I'm happy to, I'm happy to carry that with me. If I could act and do something that people can, grab onto and know me for, that's, I'm not gonna, balk at that at all. That's a gift. That's a gift.
Well, I
So,
hope Adam brings you into another film. I love this film. Again, I encourage people, look at Secret Santa. This is terrific. You could put it right up there. Like I say, I'll watch Black Christmas, the original. I'll watch
Miracle
Christmas
on 34th
Evil.
Street.
That was a good one. I love It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
I'll watch Harold and Kumar Christmas. I'll watch Bad Santa, Christmas Vacation. I'll watch The Night Before. I'll watch all that stuff,
Yeah.
But I did watch this, and I put this right in there at the horror Christmas horror films.
Well, we all thank you for, keeping it in the public consciousness and keep promoting it. And we really appreciate it. Again, it's available on Amazon Prime. It's available, I believe, on the iTunes. You can also go to secretsanta.com and secretsanta.com or secretsantamovie.com. I should make sure I'm saying that correctly. Let me look. I think it's secretsantamovie.com. And because there's tons of merchandise. That's not right. Hang on. I need to get the right well, just Google Secret Santa, Secret Santa Skeleton Crew, and because there's lots of you can order right from the website, and it's you can get lots of autographed DVDs, autographed posters. Yeah, I remember us spending like hours and hours autographing everything. So all that is available on the website. There we go. secretsanta.themovie.com. secretsanta.themovie.com. It's got everything you could ever want to know about the movie. It's also got all kinds of merchandise, posters, signed DVDs, signed large posters, signed Blu-rays, all kinds of stuff, all available on the website. And you're supporting quality filmmaking. So we all appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, is there a web page or charities or anything like that you want to plug on here before we close off?
There's my website, curtisfortier.com,
Hmm.
and there's also the website of my web series, 12sided die.com. So 12sided die.com. Yep.
Nice,
And
nice.
that's for all things. You can obviously follow me on the Instagram at Curtis Fortier.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's to find all the latest things Curtis and Uncle Carter.
Well, you know what? It's been a lot of fun having you back here, and I love talking about this movie. It's, it's a terrific film. Uh, Totally in bad taste, which is the way we like it.
Yeah, no, and that's the whole thing about it. It is politically incorrect. Adam has said that many
Yep,
times. So
yep. So we look forward to the next Skeleton Crew film. See what outrageous stuff happens in that.
yes, and maybe we'll meet up at a con one day. We can do an in-person interview.
Yeah, well, I'll gladly have you back here, once you get more stuff updated and whatnot. I could see
Sure,
what's happened with you next year about this time. And yeah,
absolutely. All right.
absolutely.
Well, thank you again for having me back, Greg, and thanks for thanks for your amazing support of this movie. We all really appreciate it. I know Adam does. I know Adam and Deb certainly do. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and Pippi. Pippi
absolutely.
does too.
We gotta get Pippi on here.
You should totally get Pippi. Maybe
I
I'll
know.
call her. Maybe I'll, what? Maybe I'll text her when we're done, and I'll say Greg wants to interview you about the movie.
Yeah, text her because I'd love to have her on here.
All right, all right.
Yeah, love to have her on here. Grill her about her shenanigans on Secret Santa.
As you should, as you should, and about in the video she was with me. So
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys got totally outrageous.
love it. Yeah, she's so much fun. She is so much fun.
Yep, I gladly have her on there. I'd have her on here in a hot second.
Cool. I'll text her. Yeah, I'll text her,
All
and then
right.
and then I get in touch with you. Yeah, yeah. We'll see what we can do. Fantastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, God bless you and thank you for coming on here. And before I let you go, I'd love a
Yes.
plug for my show.
Yeah. What do you mean to say?
Just state your name and that you are Uncle Carter in Secret Santa and say that you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise. All right. We ready?
Yep.
Hi. Hey, I'm Curtis Fortier. I played Uncle Carter in the smash hit horror comedy movie Secret Santa, directed by Adam Marcus, written by Adam Marcus and Deborah Sullivan. And I am on Python's Paradise with Greg Gilbert. You should subscribe and listen to him as often as possible.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Curtis, for coming back on here. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm sure Adam will be delighted that I had you back. And yeah, I know he gets a lot of stuff about Jason Goes to Hell. He's the only one I've interviewed from that movie. But Secret Santa, I've had 5 of you so far, and I definitely want more. And
We'll see if we can get more on.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I think more people should see it. I know my younger brother Andrew really enjoyed this, so
It's a great flick. Great flick.
absolutely. Well, you take care, and I'll let you get back to the washroom because I know you're just dying to get back there.
Absolutely. I gotta go to the bed. I had a big bran muffin for breakfast, so I gotta go take care of some stuff. So
That's right. That's what Uncle Carter does.
I have some business I gotta go take care of.
And I'll be talking to Adam about getting that movie done up, Uncle Carter versus Lesbians versus France.
Everybody wins in that movie. No losers. No losers in that movie. Everybody wins.
Well, it's brought up a lot in Secret Santa, and it just kind of hit me. I said, "Here's an idea."
Yeah. Nope. Done and done.
Absolutely. Well, God bless you. You stay
God
safe.
bless you, Greg. Thanks.
And thanks for coming on here again.
You bet. My pleasure.
All right.
Take
You
care.
take care.
You
Yeah.
too.
Bye bye.